It's time to fly 17 hours on Air India, maybe 18. We're flying Delhi to JFK, New York, 2 a.m. departure. Actually, it's turned into 2:45 now, but that's not too bad. Recently, there's been airspace restrictions. These flights have been leaving all over the place, often much later in the morning. Delhi airport, not pleasant ever, really, with the security and all that they overdo in India. It's really a shame because it makes every departure experience stressful. You have to breathe really deeply. Luckily, it's a fantastic seat, and I've seen amazing progress with Air India. Great changes. I mean, they're turning into a world-class airline for real. So how will it be over such a long flight? Let's go, Air India. Let's see what you got.
This is a really nice seat and space, very private and comfortable overall. I wish the lighting weren't quite so dim, fluorescent white looking. Not the thing I really want at 3 in the morning, but we'll get through it. They have a nice bit of bedding here that doubles as a very thick cushion when it's rolled up. And they have a thin blanket from cashmere, nice for if you're just a bit cold while lounging. There's also a pretty substantial pillow and duvet here in the footwell. There's a big cubby also where you can actually fit a lot, and that's where I've stashed the headphones for now. And this little closet, which is just deep enough to hang a suit jacket or a shirt. Pre-departure drink options are non-alcoholic in this case, and of course you get some nice printed menu.
So this seat is very spacious and pleasant, which we already knew. I'm really liking the fact that we have a nice pillow, blanket, another kind of, I think they talk about this as a pashmina style blanket, and then we have this here, which is like a big pillow, but it's actually the bedding, which I found out today at the Air India Training Academy. I wouldn't have been totally clear on that otherwise, but yeah, you have a kind of mattress topper that's in here and makes it nice and squishy. Kind of doubles as quite a nice big pillow to sit back on. By the way, first point of thumbs up for me is that they have a hot or cold towel option, which is really nice. Like, I'm a bit hot right now. It's nice to take the cold towel instead of the hot. So yeah, that's already like you're getting yourself up there with the Qatar Airways of the world with that little touch. Let's see how the rest of it goes. Feels like we're heavy, climbing very slowly, but in that very graceful A350 way. It doesn't seem like it's working too hard, it's just, you know, it's taking its time. It occurred to me that this is going to be the longest flight I've ever done, 17 hours. I've done a handful of New York Hong Kongs, which were previously my longest. They usually took around 16, and I've never gone above that. I don't generally love to do super long flights. Definitely prefer keeping it sort of under 10 if possible. But yeah, kind of cool to try it out and see what it's like. And it's nice to go straight to New York from Delhi. It feels like so crazy far.
I should note that this is not the true Air India cabin of the future because these A350s were taken over from an unfilled Aeroflot order. So it's their seats with Air India colors and soft product. But it's one of the better cabins that you can opt for right now when flying Air India. I checked out the true new Air India product on their first custom fit 787-9 just a few days prior to this, and I'll put that link in the description so you can compare in case you haven't seen it yet. Interestingly, they serve a small snack after takeoff and then a breakfast about 6 hours later. The timing of the meal service turns out to be one of my main complaints on this flight, but we'll get to that later.
All right, chicken bibimbap is here. And it doesn't look like a bibimbap to me, but maybe it's tasty, let's see. And I got a little glass of champagne. Going easy on this stuff tonight. Mostly just want to get a solid sleep, but like to try the champagne they have. Charles Hetzig. So let's see. It tastes like Asian chicken and rice dish. Quite good flavor. I wouldn't have called it bibimbap, but yeah, this is a decent snack for after takeoff in the middle of the night.
The kind of crazy thing to realize is that because we have to avoid Pakistan, in the initial part of this flight, the distance to New York is actually going up.
Okay, so I'm very happy with the snack offerings. They brought those nuts, and then they offered some more. And I asked if I would like something else. They have popcorn, sweet and salty, I believe, and then they have these corn chips. So I didn't really feel like popcorn right now, but the corn chips sounded good. So we're having a little snack time with champagne before we go to bed. That works for me with 16 plus hours still to go. I think we have time. We have time basically on this flight to do everything. We can do, if we manage, a full night's sleep, kind of a full work day with some meals in between and testing drinks and food. So yeah, if you're having a nice time, 16 hours, no problem. I think in one of these especially where the cabin altitude's lower, you don't get as dried out, you don't get as jet lagged. It's great. I mean, of course, long flight, long time to be trapped inside a tube for, you can't go very far, but for me, it's good. I don't know. What do you think? Do you like the thought of 16 hours, 17 hours flying in something like this? And would you do it in economy? Because I would not. Let me know in the comments. Before I tear apart this thing and use it to brush my teeth, we'll go through the contents of the Amenity Kit. Forest Essentials Luxurious Ayurveda. I'm not familiar with this brand. I wish I had Air India logo or branding of some kind on there. That would be nice. Requires some force. Socks. Eye shades. A little booklet about what's in there. Looks like some creams and things. No toothbrush. Yes, thank you so much.
Just let me know whenever you want to make the bed for you.
Okay, thank you. They are very kind to the cabin crew, offering to make the bed. I've had a couple of people come around and offer, suggesting that, whenever I go up to change or use the restroom, then they can come and do that with this bedding here, which is really nice. That's great to have that proactively offered, because it can often be kind of confusing if you don't get the offer from cabin crew whether they even do make the bed, because some airlines, they don't. They might provide you with some bedding, but it's up to you.
Closing the door on this suite really makes it feel like a very private space, one of the more private I've experienced.
I really like a couple of things. This small glass for smoothie, very pleasing size and shape. And we noticed this on the 787-9 flight, but the Maharaja mug, that nod to Air India's history. I saw at the training academy the other day that They do a silver one for business. They actually do a gold Maharaja on the mugs in first class. Quite cool. All right, let's eat this. Good flavor. I think they bring the spices down a little bit for the plane. They mentioned that at the training academy too, but it's good. There's spice. There's no smaller spoon, so if you want to eat your yogurt after you're using your spoon for the main part, it doesn't really work that well. But I guess it's okay. We mix yogurt with these spices all the time in Indian food, so.
Here's the thing, they wake you up 6.5 hours into the flight to have breakfast, which means maximum 5 hours of sleep or so once you factor in takeoff and that first snack service. That's if you're lucky. I get that people might be hungry on India time by then, but I for one would have loved to sleep longer, because this ends up being your real night of sleep. In the end, I was still very tired, but found it hard to get fully back to sleep, and there was still around 10 hours of flying left to go, which left me a bit of a zombie. This would be a flight where a dine-on-demand service would be such a game changer. And while this third meal service was tasty, the timing was again awkward. It was 4 hours prior to arrival that I was asked for my order, and then it took a full hour more to receive it. All of this time I would have preferred to be resting, or maybe even working. Again, if I could have had this meal 2 hours prior to landing, or even an hour and a half, this would have been so much better.
Okay, we're 15 hours in, 2 hours still to go over northeastern Canada. It is long. The first 10 or 11 hours flew by somehow, I guess because I was sleeping on and off. Really, this whole flight has been sleeping, kind of half sleeping, resting, eating. For me, leaving at 2 in the morning, 2:45, and then having this kind of sort of short sleep before the first meal, it's just, there was no chance I was going to be productive or do much of anything. I just going to be a bit of a zombie the whole time, which is okay, I guess. Some of it has been nice and relaxing. Just had this lunch, main meal, which was pretty good. And I think there is enough food, actually. I was worried that it might be not enough on such a long flight. It's a common preoccupation of mine as well. We're wondering if there'll be enough food, but it's enough for sure. And pretty nice Indian stuff. We're gonna land in the morning in New York, so I think what I might do is actually do another hour or so, lie down, and then get ready for arrival. Change out of these pajamas, which although they're a bit too small, I should have gone for the larger size. They're quite comfortable. Slippers are nice. Yeah, it's a very comfy place to spend time, and the A350 as well. Makes it all quite doable. Welcome to a very frosty New York. That was a really nice 17-hour flight with Air India overall. These A350s are amazing. I'm loving a lot of what I'm seeing from the new Air India. I think their biggest challenge is going to be achieving the kind of consistency that we see with the world's greatest airlines, as we do a very tight turn, avoiding a snowbank, hopefully. That looks like not a turn made for a 350. Anyway, a lot of what I'm seeing from Air India is really, really great to see. They are, in some ways, managing to approach the kind of world-class airline that I think they want to be. The branding is amazing. The service sort of concept, what they're going for is great. I would like to see maybe a little bit more of a sensible service flow in terms of timing of meals on flights like this. I thought it wasn't ideal for maximizing sleep, but you know, these are things that can be worked out. The biggest thing I would like to see is Indian regulators sorting out their nonsense. They seem to be just unbelievably scared of change, conservative to a fault. Like, you want a regulator to take things seriously, but they just overdo it so much, and they really bring it all down. I think for the airline, from what I've seen, it's being able to change and improve is made a much, much slower process because of what they have to deal with regulators and getting the certification on everything. And then India needs to sort out its airport security. It is excessive. Like, Indians will all justify it saying, well, Pakistan, I mean, it's not overly done in a way that's effective. It's just excessively overly done, over-engineered. And it slows everything down. It's a 45-minute process to get through security anytime you go through an Indian airport, basically, even if you're in a premium line. So, look, it's not going to be acceptable. Anyway, overall, love the way to fly 17 hours. One of my better super long-haul flights. It was very relaxing overall, even with the minor things that I would make better, and the sort of overall picture of wishing to see Indian aviation be able to move forward faster, and for security to be not so ridiculously time-consuming and silly. Air India, I like what I'm seeing. I hope it continues to change in a positive way. It's great to see these new aircraft coming online with the new cabins, phasing out and refurbishing the old ones. It's really nice to see. I love India, and this will make me want to visit more and more to be part of what's going on as things change. I'll be keeping tabs for sure. Anyway, welcome to New York. Thanks for coming along, and I'm Gabe Lee. I just want to finish my intro. My outro. I've been flying 17 hours. My hair's a mess as well.